Well, the finale is here. Mike with his Hellfire Club shirt. Oh my goodness, everybody. We are so thankful for this day because we are going to have an interesting conversation about the finale to Stranger Things here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
I will talk first. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show, Two Geeks on a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Bosser, along with the one, the only, the guy who has retreated back to the 80s today, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning, all you geeks out there in Geekdom land, and Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, yes.
And what do you mean retreated back to the 80s? I never left, dude.
Oh my goodness. In the show, when it said class of 89, I was like, hey, that was my year.
Oh, I was geeking out, and I have something special for that.
Okay. All right. Should be good.
I will reveal that when we get to the graduation discussion part of the episode, though.
Right on. Look at this. Zig is already with us. He's in the house. Whoop, whoop. He also says,
Zig.
Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Zig. So glad you're here with us this early Saturday morning of January 3rd, 2026, our first show for 2026. I got to remember to change that for our early release podcast stuff because I do them by year. So like it's still episode 300 and something. And then, but I do it as volume year. I've always put the year in there. So should be good. So, all right. Well, we've got a jam-packed show. I'm just saying, hey to everybody in the chat. Welcome. Oh, by the way, Brenda says, hello, Zig.
Yeah, I got a feeling we might go over a little bit on today's episode because, yeah, like you said, it's jam-packed. We got a lot of things to cover. We got geeky news today.
Okay.
I got a really cool Geekdar, and then we got some cool stuff coming up in the show today, too. I got a couple little surprises. One Steven knows about. The other he has no idea.
None whatsoever. So we'll see.
Hopefully he doesn't hop a plane and come over and kill me afterwards, but
all right, well, let's just get right into it then. Let's go with our all right, man, what do you got for us today in the geeky news world? Here, let me pull up your
Okay, to start with, oh shoot. Okay.
Oh, you want me to share?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one?
Yeah, you're going to play the trailer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, You talk about it. What are we about to watch?
So, to start with, The Muppet Show is returning.
Yay!
So The Muppet Show's coming back, and this is supposed to be the original format. So, in the 70s style variety show format is what's supposed to come back. Not that office show remake crap that they tried a few years ago that sucked. So hopefully this is going to capture the original show and be similar to the original show. And we have the teaser right here.
And here we go.
It's the return of the Muppet Show. Back on the very stage where it all started and then ended and is maybe starting again depending on how tonight goes.
You are an icon.
You're too sweet. Go on.
It's time to play the music. It's time to live.
It's always been a dream of mine to be here.
Ooh, got any other dreams?
So, I mean, from that clip we just saw there, it looks like it's going to be the original format. They're calling this a backdoor premiere, meaning
Okay.
exactly what Kermit even said in the teaser. If this goes well tonight, it could return, and that's exactly what's going to happen. If this works out, if it gets a good audience reaction, they are going to return it. So you'll be able to watch it February 4th. It'll be available both on Disney Plus and ADC. And I don't think I have a time for it. I didn't see a time. But Sabrina
We'll get one.
Carpenter is the headline guest.
Okay.
So it looks like she's doing exactly the way they used to do. They have their guests come on. Their guests would kind of co-host the show with Kermit and so on and so forth. And I'm sure she'll have a musical number just like they used to do and stuff. So it looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I hope it's good.
I have one gripe.
You have one gripe. What's your gripe?
I don't like Kermit's voice.
Well,
it's not Kermit.
well,
There are so many people that can do such a good Kermit voice, and the guy that they have puppeteering Kermit currently, he does not do a good job.
I'm not gonna hate on the voice.
I'll wait till we see the actual full show.
Sure. But hopefully it's like, it's funny. I have been rewatching the Muppet Show on Disney Plus too.
That's awesome.
I've watched like 12 episodes of the first season, which is pretty funny.
Wow. Well, real quick, Zig says waka waka waka.
Nice, yes.
And then Sage Page is in the house. Hey Sage, great to have you here with us, man.
Hey Sage,
says,
welcome back.
Waka waka in do ho ho ho. It's the return of the Muppet Show. Sorry, I had to.
Oh, I love it.
So glad you did. That's awesome. Brenda says her favorite was Fozzie.
Yes. Yep.
And Zig said the same too.
My favorite is Animal. I love Animal.
Animal.
Woman, drums. Master. All right. Now on to our next geeky news item.
Mm-hmm. You ready?
You want to put that up on the screen?
Yeah, here you go. Ta-da!
All right. In fashion with the last year, DC and Marvel are doing another crossover yet again this year. But this is a really special crossover because it's the 50th anniversary of the first time Marvel and DC crossed over with Superman versus Spider-Man. So we're going to do a facsimile reprint of these, meaning that it is the original book with the original ads, so on and so forth. The only thing different is this will be the Treasury sized edition. So that's the huge
bigger one. Okay.
Right. And of course it's going to cost more because as you can see, it was $2 originally. It's not going to be $2 this time. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the 50th anniversary. And the really cool thing is, well, first of all, this comes out January 7th. So this week.
Oh, just a couple of days. Okay.
Yeah. So already been by Fantasy, already told Ashley, hey, I want this in my pool. Of course, she's not going to be able to fit it in my pool because it's too big to fit in the box. But it'll be set aside.
It's too big. Oh, sorry.
Anyway, but the really cool thing is not only are we getting the reprint, but we are going to get brand new crossovers from Marvel and DC. So they will publish Superman, Spider-Man #1 in March, followed by Marvel Comics publishing Spider-Man, Superman #1 in April. Each one-shot comic will feature original stories starring the two most iconic characters in comic history with creative teams to be announced soon. So you're not only getting the original, but later in spring of this year, we're getting all new stories with the two characters crossing over.
Cool.
So I'm excited about that. I thought that was really cool. I just found out like a few days ago this was happening and then went into Fantasy last night. I'm like, I need this in my poll.
Yep. Roger says, we're going to need a bigger box. I got that reference. We're going to need a bigger box. Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
70s goodness being relived there. I love it. Awesome stuff.
Very nice.
Oh, you know what? We should also mention this week, we will be doing another Creator's Corner.
Yes, Tuesday night.
Yes. Oh gosh, I can't remember the author's name.
Here's what I'll here. Let me do
Help
this.
me out here. This is a little impromptu. I forgot about this until last.
Yeah,
second.
no. So we're gonna have an author on, everybody who's a guest. Let me pull up my here.
His book looks a lot of fun too.
I started reading it.
Oh, did you? Good.
I did. I've read the first couple of chapters, and let me get the. I'm gonna pull up my Kindle and see if I can. I share my screens on. I didn't do it as screen as much as give me just a second.
Sure.
Because I want to show it to everybody.
I can't remember his name.
I will when it pops up on the Kindle thing here, because I
was going to try to look it up, but okay.
Oh, here's a question. Once you go, while I get this set up, Sage has got a question.
Oh, okay. So Sage says, so if the comic is canon and the rest that follows are canon, does that mean DC and Marvel are officially aware of each other's existence, like when Strange looks at potential universes now? Does he see DC now too? Oh, that's a great question, Sage. I wished I had an answer for that, really. I mean, I would like to say yes, that's true. That would make it canon, and that the DC universe and the Marvel universe can somehow see each other. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what Marvel and DC say for the official answer on that. But that is cool. And yes, I think Doctor Strange should be able to see the DC universe.
Yeah.
That's my just my take on it. But
yep. Let's see. Okay, I've read the first 4 chapters. Let me see if I can get it to the. I'm on chapter. I just started chapter 5.
And then Sage says, based on Loki's knowledge on the Nexus events, that
it will cause.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I'm up for it.
Yeah. All right. So here is. It's my screen like that. Here, I'll move it a little bit more to the middle. So this is so the name of the book is talking about, it's Mark Wilson.
That's the author.
Is the author, yeah. And his book is called Full of Beans. And that's because his name character, I think is his that's his name as you started off. But if you look, he's got here, and those who can't see it, he carries a Polaroid camera with him, and then he's got his briefcase with him. And what he does is he's a PI, he's a private investigator character. And what's interesting about it is he even says he's not a really good one. but what's funny is he has this ability that if he takes pictures of different places and writes on them the time that he saw them, because he has the ability to go back in time and back in time. I saw that. That was good, Mike. That was a good one. So he focuses on his Polaroid picture that he takes, and then he goes back in time. So the beginning story is kind of like there's a cheating husband or something like that, the typical PI kind of a stuff, but there's something that begins to open up more and more. And so when we have Mark on Tuesday night, the cool thing is we'll have him give his great introduction. There's no way I'm going to finish it by Tuesday. I'd love to have it done, but I'm 4 chapters in. It reads really quickly. It's not a bad read at all. I've enjoyed it so far. I've
Good deal.
okay. Here's the characters. Here's the okay. Oh, we're starting to open up into more. Okay, so his limitations and stuff like that, and so yeah, so it's good. It's I think it's going to be a great. I do think it's going to be a great interview.
I love the concept. The concept's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
And
unique.
I love time travel. I mean, I'm a fan of Doctor Who. I'm a fan of Back to the Future. I'm a fan of all kinds of these time travel stuff. So, the idea that he time travels through Polaroid pictures is just hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, he has to take a picture of him in order to get back and stuff, and he doesn't know how long he can stay. So he tests it, or he talks about testing it a little bit here, but he gets too worried because I think it implies that if the longer he stays, the more he has to stay back in that time, so he can't go back. So there seems to be this tension of how long he can stay back before getting back to his regular current time.
Cool.
And also, yeah, it'll be good. I'm glad you brought that up. Tuesday night, everybody.
Tuesday night, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest because I don't like math. And that'll be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Rumble. So, all right,
cool.
Awesome. We ready to move into some geekdar?
Let's do it.
Go with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
It's not all easy.
Okay, now this next one is just a favor for one of my neighbors. His dog and my dog are BFFs. So
nice.
In fact, we've been meeting at the park for almost every day for the last 2 weeks since I've been on vacation from work for the last 2 weeks, and my dog's going to be really upset Monday when everything goes back to normal. But anyway, so this morning I was out there and I said something about doing the podcast today. And he's like, "Hey, don't forget to mention my book." So shout out to Pat Chirella and his book Yellow Moon. And
how do you spell his last name?
It's CHIARELLA.
What
but
a cool
he has
last name.
Do what?
What a cool last name.
But he has a book series called Yellow Moon, and this is the third installment, Yellow Moon number 3. The dark side of the Windy Cool. Windy Cool is the main character in the book. And it's available on both Amazon and Barnes and Noble, so you can get it either of those places. And I'll be honest, I haven't read it yet just because I've got so much to read.
Here's I see Yellow Moon, the first one on there. We've talked about him before. It is on Kindle. Mm-hmm. Yellow Moon 3, I don't see on Kindle yet. I see it on hardcover and paperback.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he got it on Kindle or not.
Okay.
Because he didn't self-publish like you and I did, so.
Oh, okay.
It may not be available as an ebook, but you can get the hardback or the softback, I believe.
Yes,
right?
You can. Yes, there's paperback and hardcover. Yep.
And again, those are both available on, or all three are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
All right. My Geekdar.
Your Geekdar. Yes.
I have been diving into the Absolute Universe. I think
yes.
A couple weeks ago, I got Absolute Batman, and I read Absolute Batman, finished it. Oh my gosh, so good. We will be doing an Absolute Batman episode.
Oh, great. Okay.
That is if I can convince Steven to read it.
I got it right here.
Awesome. Well, there's 6 issues. You got to read all 6. They are available on DC Infinite too.
Okay.
But then I got Absolute Flash.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this was coming out. Yes.
And I finished this the other day. Oh my gosh, this is so good. they're like knocking it out of the park with this
So-
absolute universe. I am really
what's
enjoying
the
it.
premise between the absolute universe? Why is it absolute Batman, absolute Flash?
Okay, I don't completely understand the story, but Darkseid somehow creates this basically alternative universe to the regular main DC universe. So, Steven, yes, it is multiverse, but you have completely indifferent takes on each of the main DC characters. For instance, Batman is not the billionaire playboy that we know him as in the regular DC universe. He's more of a regular guy, you know. I won't give it all away, but his origin is slightly different. The whole Joe Chill story
Mhm.
aspect is still there, but I won't tell you exactly what happens because
Okay, we'll talk
the
about it in the show.
sequence has changed some. Okay.
Okay.
And then with the Flash, Barry Allen is in it, but Barry Allen's more, well, he's still a mentor to Wally, but I don't think he's related to Wally because, like, in the main universe, Barry is Wally's uncle. In here, I don't think he's related at all, but he is still, does still play the mentor role to Wally in this universe. And but Wally is a army brat. His father is living on base, and Barry is heading up experiments that he brings Wally into, and accidents ensue, and Wally becomes the Flash, and so on and so forth. So, and his rogues gallery, they're all kind of under Wally's father's control, which is wild. So they're all sort of part of the military. I'll have to let you read
Okay.
because
Okay.
I want to do an episode on Absolute Flash also.
Okay.
I am really enjoying these stories. But this is the cool thing. So Absolute Flash, the first 6 issues, which makes up volume 1 here, is entitled The Flash of Two Worlds, which is a tie-in to Silver Age Flash, Barry Allen, and one of his first appearances with Jay Garrick. And this is, well, it's a facsimile reproduction of the
Okay.
Flash of Two Worlds.
Okay.
So the title of the Absolute Flash is an homage to the original Flash of Two Worlds. And then the other day we were at Half Price Books, and I happened to find another comic which came in during the DC Rebirth era.
Okay.
And we have the 2 Wally Wests, and it's an homage to the original Flash of Two Worlds. But instead of the guy crying out for help, just a random person crying out for help, it's Barry Allen, and the 2 Wally Wests are coming.
That's pretty cool.
So I thought that was really cool how the Absolute Flash paid tribute to one of the original titles. I thought that was kind of cool.
It is cool.
So that's my Geek Dark for today.
Okay. Right on. That's cool. Well, I've got so several of you know that we talked about last time that a couple of months ago I got my Lone Wolf number 1 and 5, and then for Christmas I got number 2 and 3, and then I went ahead and got number 4, Lone Wolf Chasm of Doom. I'm telling you, the art on these covers is just fantastic.
It is beautiful. It really is.
Yeah. So the Kai series. So now I have the first. So it's a 32 book series. I have the first 5, which is called the Kai series, and then episode 6. There's some cool events that happen in book 5. Then it becomes the Magna Kai series, which is about 7 or 8 books in there. Then there's the Grandmaster series. And then there's the Rebirth series, not Rebirth. What's it called? I can't think of it now, but where restarts the order kind of series. But it's choose your own adventure book, but it's a game book. So I can do a special episode on them and stuff like that. So I now have the first 5 books, which I'm pretty excited about. So now I have that series. So I'm going to go through and read those before I buy any others. But and also I'm excited about that. And then the other book I'm reading, which is kind of nerdy, kind of nonfiction-y, but it's called The Digital Delusion. And it's how classroom technology harms our kids' learning and how to help them thrive again. So it's my brother got it for me. I just started it, but it's a phenomenal book on this guy who used to be an educator. Then he became a neuroscientist. And then he's talking about how he's not anti-tech, but he is pro-learning. And he's done studies, and he brings the receipts to how our digital era is actually, I'm going to say it like this. He doesn't say it like this, but it's making us dumber. We're not learning like we used to. We're not processing. We're giving our processing powers over to other things. And so, and he shows how it doesn't improve. And then he gives not does he, that's just the first part, but then the next part, the part of the book, which I'm really looking forward to, is how do we change that? So in other words, he's not just griping, but he says, these are the solutions. These are the things that we need to do for learning. What does cognitive science tell us about learning? And so,
does he tell you to read more?
He tells you, I haven't read all, but I'm sure it is read more. But I think I'm not for sure. It's this whole thing on where he says, chapter 8, what can we do as parents and teachers? And so he does talk about learning. He does talk about recall. He talks about how to, what does memorization do for us when we're in a society that, well, I'll just go look it up. I know how to look it up. And, and how do we improve
I'll
that?
Google it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just Google it. Yeah. I have that information.
That sounds like an interesting book, actually.
Yeah. My brother gave it to me for Christmas. Cause he knows I'm all about learning. How do you learn? How do you communicate learning, especially with, being a Christian? How do I encourage people with their Bible studies? Cause as a previous pastor, people ask me questions about those kinds of things. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool. Now, I didn't tell you why we went to Half Price Books.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
We went. Oh, it's okay. No, since you brought up the books, the Lone Wolf series, that's actually what we were looking for. We were trying.
Oh, really? Trying to find them?
Yep. Nobody around here has them.
Yeah.
So it looks like the only way I can get them is if I order them from Amazon or Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I'll end up doing.
Yeah. Did you go to Project Aeon?
I did. In fact, Megan and I have both gotten back into playing our Nintendo DS as well. All right, I have to clarify this. The Nintendo DS that I'm playing is actually Brenda's. Of course, she ain't touched it in a decade. So, but I found that I can buy this. Well, Megan actually got it for me for Christmas, my birthday. She got it for me for my birthday. They're these cards. They're SD cards, and they're called R4 Retro or something like that. And you can get them on Amazon, and they've got all these retro games, and you can just plug it right into your DS, and you can play all kinds of games.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. So
nice.
So I've been messing with that, and in that Project Aeon, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
They have DS versions of the first 5 books. And I tried putting them on there, and it says it's loading, but it never loads. So it never
loads.
I don't know I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but it looked cool, to be able to do it on your DS. I think that would have been neat, but I just can't get it to work. So
gotcha.
So I guess I'll just have to get the books.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it digitally. So
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, man. Well, anything else? We probably need to hit it is now bottom of the hour. It's time to hit the main.
Yes. I say we jump into the main event.
It's time for the main event.
All right.
Okay, let's do this. I'm excited. All right, here, everybody. We're talking Stranger Things, season 5, the last episode, episode 8, the finale. This not the season finale, the series finale. And if you have seen it, please chit chat in the chat real quick. We've got Nathan saying, "Hey guys,
Hey,
nice to
Nathan.
have you with us, Nathan." Interesting. Must be talking about. I don't know sure what we're talking about. That was listening because I missed that. Sorry. I try to keep up on these. Angie is in the house. She says, "Hey, y'all.
Hey, Angie.
Glad to have you here with us." Now, if you've seen it, please comment below saying that you've seen the episode, because here's why. We can't do this show without spoiling. It is going to be totally spoilerific.
Mm-hmm.
Zig says, this episode was a love letter to 80s nerd culture. Nice. That is true. He also says he has seen it 3 times.
I've seen it twice.
I've seen it 1.5 times. So Angie goes real quick. She goes, yeah, I did. She goes, mind blown.
Nice.
I see what you did there. That's pretty funny. Brenda gave it hearts, 3 hearts.
Nice.
And also, it's going to be spoilerific territory, everybody, and everything. And so, Roger, never saw any episodes. Well, that's okay.
He's
Roger.
missing out.
That's okay. We all have our things we like and stuff, but we're glad you're here to comment and be snarky. Zig says, best use of side 2 of an LP ever. I don't get the reference. Side 2. I know, of an LP. I know an LP, but side 2
Right.
of an LP.
I'm not exactly sure.
I'm not sure
which.
I wonder which song
Unless
he's
he
talking about.
might be talking about Prince, which I do want to talk about that.
Okay.
Prince falls into this episode, and I was very pleased. Although I was even more pleased with another musical insert in this, which I will also discuss, which ties to Eddie. There's a whole ball. It's like the meme with the conspiracy theory and all the strings and everything, and
yeah,
it's almost like that. So,
yep.
But we'll get into that later on as we go.
She goes, the song, Angie's the song. Zig says they used the record as the detonator.
Oh,
yes.
as the detonator. Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yes.
Nice.
And then I knew, Angie goes, I knew you would enjoy that, Mike. Sage Page Omega says LP long play vinyl. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I just didn't make the connection of the thing. So yeah, good. Man, it's so great to have you guys out there. This is awesome.
A long play vinyl is a record, a 33 RPM record. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Although they're starting to learn that, because now LPs seem to be coming back, vinyl seems to be coming back and stuff. So, all right,
they do.
Let's jump into Stranger Things season 5, episode. I don't know
8.
what the number of the episode was. 8.
It's 8. Mm-hmm.
8, which is the season finale. For our scale, I think it's very appropriate, since this is the final. What did I title our show? I forgot.
Final campaign.
Right. Since our show is entitled The Final Campaign, I decided that I think we should do D20s as our
nice scale. Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. Well, all right. Overall score. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
I can start. Okay. Overall score. Now we are just scoring the episode. as far as the series goes, I man, the series I'd probably give a 9 out of 10 out of the entire series to begin with. I've absolutely loved and enjoyed this series. Would you believe? Can you believe this series began in 2016?
Wow.
Yeah, it's been that long. That's crazy, man. That is just freaking crazy. Anyway, this episode, I thought it wrapped up very well. It did a good job tying the bow on pretty much every character, except we did leave one slightly open ended, and we'll get to that. I don't want to give a spoiler yet, but so we did have one slightly open ended character, but everything else had a nice clean bow on it. Still had some great 80s goodness throughout the episode, just as it has the entire series. Did an excellent job at that. Had some great music. Prince and Iron Maiden. Oh,
yeah.
so good stuff. Such good stuff. Really, really happy with that. I love the story. I love the battle. I love getting the background on Henry. I thought that was great. We finally get his background and learn more about him, and kind of find out why he is what he is, and everything. And overall, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. It was fun.
Right on. Yeah.
9 out of 10 D20s.
9 out of 10 D20s. Nice. Okay. I'm right there with you. This episode, I totally give a 9 out of 10 D20s. I thought it did a nice job of bringing everything they could to a close. There's still some loose ends, but I mean, you've only got so much time you can put stuff in. Go ahead.
Angie's up there.
Yeah. So Angie said, I'll get it. Angie said, I give it a critical hit, 10 out of 10 D20s.
Nice.
Nice. She goes, there were a few things, but overall they didn't bother me. So, yeah, Angie, you're correct. There's a couple of things, but in the grand scheme of things, nothing's going to be perfect that pleases everybody on all things.
Sure.
But I really enjoyed it. I got the feels a couple of times, some epic, sequences, even though I thought they could have been longer, but you can only do so much, And so, but overall, was it worth watching? Yes. And then I just went back and watched the big battle sequences and stuff like that at the second time around, kind of a thing. So
you did some Steven skips for the second time around.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Zig says they had "Here Comes Your Man" by the Pixies, 10 of 10.
I think they had music for every genre, every subgenre in the show.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. So anyway, so the Angie says the original episode I think was supposed to be 3 hours something. I have heard that there's like a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor. I have heard that. I think it was Emergency Awesome. There was a follow-up, but he said he would talk about it later. So I'm not sure what all that entails. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, I enjoy myself some Emergency Awesome YouTube channel.
All right. I got to shed my jacket.
He's hot.
I only put it on, to pay homage
to the 80s.
And
yes.
This is my current jacket. I still wear a denim jacket. So.
That's all right. That's okay. So anyway, everybody's taking off the 80s. So we're moving on. No, I'm just kidding. Oh goodness. So overall, I say that it was it worth the wait? Yeah, it was. And they did what they could with bringing it all to a close. And so that was good. I laughed because there was a couple of times in there I was like, Mike called it. That's the mind flayer. That. So I was like, yeah.
I didn't get everything right because I predicted that maybe Hopper would die.
Yeah.
And Hopper did not die. Or to quote the Muppets, and he did not die.
Yeah.
When you
Angie
find out
said,
Tiny Tim didn't die.
yeah. Charlie from Emergency Awesome was saying there was a whole lot of bonus content with behind the scenes and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay.
Maybe we'll get that later on in something. Maybe
Probably.
the brothers will release that in something else or
Yeah.
somewhere down the line. So don't be too disparaged in the fact
Sure.
that he left a lot of things in the cutting room floor. Besides, Netflix probably said, here, you get 2 hours, so and such, and that's it. And he probably had to fit it in that time. I think it's slightly over 2 hours, but
well, if I remember, even Lord of the Rings had like tons of extra footage, tons of it. And so when they finished it, I think they burned a lot of it. Some of it they kept, but yeah.
Most movies do have some kind of extra footage, you know.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Angie says, yeah, it's supposed to come out at the end of this month, I think. Oh, cool. Okay.
All right.
Right on. All right. So what do you want to talk about first? What's your favorite part?
Well, you know what? Let's do something fun.
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Roger. Roger sent me this yesterday. So it turns out that in one scene, I don't remember if it was in this episode or one of the other episodes, but there's a scene where you see what's his name? What's the character? I can't think of the character's name. The guy that gets all the stuff for him. Anyway, you see his phone, and back in the 80s and 70s, our phones, especially the ones with the dial, had our number in the center.
Or you could put it in there. Yeah.
Well, you see his phone number, and what's really funny is
his rotary phone, right?
Yeah, his rotary phone. What's really funny is his phone number is 618-625-8313. 618 is my area code.
That's correct.
That was hilarious. And they're in Indiana, so I don't know why they picked 618, but they did.
Murray.
Murray, thank you. Yes. Anyway, Murray. All right, so we are going to call Murray's phone number here on the air. So let's
He's dialing the number.
You have reached the residence of Murray Bauman. Mom, if this is you, please hang up and call me between the hours of 5 and 6 p.m. as previously discussed. If this is Joyce, thank you for calling. I've been trying to reach you. I have an update. It's about, it's probably best if we speak in person. It's not good or bad, but it's something. If this is anyone but my mother or Joyce, you think you're real clever getting my number, don't you? Well, here's some breaking news for you. You're not clever. You're not special. You are simply one of the many, many, many nimwits to call here, and the closest you will ever get to me is this pre-recorded message. So at the beep, do me a favor, hang up, and never call here again. You are a parasite. Thank you, and good day.
Sorry, this mailbox is full and cannot accept any more recordings. Thank you for using the voicemail system. Goodbye.
So if you call the phone number, that is actually what you get.
Yeah.
You get a voicemail.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah.
Now, there is another phone number. I'm not going to do that one because it's not.
It's hard to hear.
It's hard to hear.
Yep. Angie says that's because Murray is originally from St. Louis. So 618 is the Illinois side of the St. Louis area.
Right. Yes.
And Angie's like, yay. And then Zig's
I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you, Roger, for sending me that because that was a fun bit. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. There's jazz playing in the background.
Yeah. Which, because at one point he gives, oh gosh, why can't I think of anybody's names? Gives the one character a jazz tape or something and says, here, you should listen to this. But anyway, let's move on, shall we?
Sure. Right on. So, obviously everybody, actually I probably should put up the banner saying the old
spoilerific.
We are in spoilerific territory, everybody. Ta-da! So here we're going to be talking spoilers. So, okay, now.
When Murray gives Jonathan the tape, that's it. I couldn't think of it. It was some kind of jazz artist.
Yeah.
Here, you should try this.
Zig says, or Angie was saying, was it Coltrane? And then Zig said, yes, Coltrane.
Yes, it was Coltrane. That's exactly what it was.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, anything else you want to go over?
No, let's dive into the episode.
Okay. Dun 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 dun. My favorite part. Can I talk about my favorite part?
If you have not watched Stranger Things, the series finale, stop right here, pause, go watch it, come back, unpause. There you have it. There you are. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Very
nice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of it?
Finally having the big bad battle was my favorite part.
The big bad battle. That was good. That was very good, actually.
Yes. It was.
It was pretty cool that it pretty much did take Will's power plus L's, which is what I said, and a little bit of the sister. I always forget her name too.
Kali,
thank you. Kind of took her help too. But it was mainly Will and L that were able to break them.
Yes.
Which was cool.
Yeah. It was great. I once my favorite scene, and it was a superhero scene. I don't care what anybody else says about it, but where you see the big mind flayer roaring, and then you see Elle jumping, doing the big jump, and it was almost like a Spider-Man jump, kind of, and then you see it head on, and then you see her coming in. It was like she was going to go into the mouth, kind of a thing, but it was like, yeah, that's some pretty cool superhero kind of stuff going on with that. So then when she and then she opened up, and then she flew right into the main area, or the main battle area with Vecna, kind of a thing. So yeah,
this was one of my favorite scenes. Exactly what Zig is referencing here. Joyce gets the last swing.
Right. Yeah. And even Kelly, that was one of her favorite scenes, because she was like, he goes, that's my favorite line. You messed with the wrong family.
I love that. I love that line too. It was awesome. Yeah. And then you started getting all of the flashbacks to different scenes with each of the families.
Each chop.
Right. Yeah.
For the same scene where she's chopping off his head, and I was like, chop. And I'm like, and another chop in a flashback scene, and another chop in a flashback scene. Part of me was like, man, how many chops does it take? Kind of a thing. Because, you're getting these really cool images, but part of me was just like, good night. That's a lot of chopping wood.
Well, I mean, okay, she is kind of a small woman, so
fair enough. Fair enough.
He probably just doesn't have the strength to go right through it. And I imagine he's got a pretty thick neck, so I thought it was well done the way they did the flash. They did a chop, and then they did a flashback, and a chop, and another flashback. Right. I thought it was.
This is for my brain was going. This is for this one. This is for this one. This strike. It's all the things that you did, the lives that you took away from us.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, that's that. I'm not going to say is my favorite part, because I think my favorite part goes to the graduation.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But right. We'll get to that. We're not quite there yet. We'll get to it.
Oh, okay. I was just doing favorite parts. Okay, yeah, sure. All right. What else do you want to bring up, chit chat about?
I wanted to bring up the Prince thing. So, in the one scene, I'm trying to go back to my notes here, where I'm talking about Prince. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Prince moment. So we get When Doves Cry, and then we get Purple Rain, and they're back to back. We get them both, which I'm like, oh, two excellent Prince songs. I love it. But you know, the music has just been kind of like the blood of this of this series, you know, because we got so much iconic 80s music throughout it. And like I said, I think they've hit like every subgenre. You know, you've got pop music in here, you've gotten some jazz music here and there. You know, you got heavy metal. I think we've had some hair metal in there. So I think they just hit every freaking genre, every freaking subgenre they possibly could. And the Prince just back to back, Doves Cry and Purple Rain was just perfect. It was beautiful. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. And two excellent Prince songs. The only other Prince songs I could have said would have been awesome would be Little Red Corvette in 1999, but you know, they wouldn't have worked with the scenes, and those two just worked really well with the scenes.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, Purple Rain, and you kind of had the memories between Will and Elle over the top of Purple Rain, and it just worked beautifully. It was well done.
Yes.
I hats off to the brothers on that one. They did.
Yes.
They did.
Yeah. So real quick, Zig said side 2 opens with When the Doves Cry and closes with Purple Rain.
Yes.
Aha. Real quick, let me get to some of that. Holy cow, there's been a lot of stuff. Yes. So Angie goes, Death and Carnage. She also says, same. I was freaking out at that part, assuming that was the big battle at the end. Zig, Joyce gets the last swing, which I thought was good.
I showed that.
I think that was appropriate. Brenda was like, love the look on Linda Hamilton's face. Angie, it wasn't a pure critical hit because it wasn't all at the same time, but still. Yeah, she goes. But
I
still,
think she's referring to Joyce chopping off his head.
Yes, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, she goes, Angie says, I was totally yelling out, well, that is a critical hit, or that was a critical fail, LOL.
Nice.
She said the cinematography was insane. I agree. The big ending scene looks more in scope. I mean, like cinematography. I mean, you got this big images. You get that scale. That's the word I want to say.
Yeah.
The scale of it was just incredible.
Did they show this in theaters?
I don't think so. No.
Really? Because man, this would have been a good one to go see in the theater.
Mm-hmm. And maybe they will.
I actually wouldn't mind going to see it in the theater.
Yeah. Did you notice when Zig says, did you notice when the Mind Flayer was sleeping, it looked like the castle in Dark Crystal? I thought it was similar to it as well. I wondered. Yeah. Someone had made a comment about it, and I looked, and it's sort of not quite the same, but still, yeah.
I like the callback they did when they all see the big spider looking thing.
The Mind Flayer?
Goes, when Will goes, that's exactly what I saw in my vision. And they take you back to season 1 when Will was captured and he was seeing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was nice. I like that.
Yep. Yeah. Angie then asked, did you notice each party better exemplified their D&D character? Yes. And I thought they did a really nice job of bringing that out more for people to see it.
Yep. They highlighted it very well.
They did. Angie says, I was bawling my eyes out when they did the flashbacks.
Nice.
Zig said, same. Agreed. Angie,
ditto.
Yeah. Yeah. Angie said that was my second favorite part, Mike, the graduation part. So
nice.
We'll get to that. That'll be interesting to talk about. I totally thought Holly was going to have to dimension door them out. That's a good question. That's a good. I don't know. I think that. Oh yeah, it's the whole set too. Back to the thing. Angie said the bros did good.
Yes, agreed.
There's where side 2 opens when the dove cries and closes with purple rain. So he was connected with that. Yes, the flow was incredible. Now we're getting to spots where I don't remember what we were talking about because I'm trying to run through these. Yes, but few. No, not all but few. Yes, they did. Angie says it was in the theaters in West Missouri and on the East Coast, I think. Oh, okay.
Cool. So if somebody got to see it in the theaters, please comment. I want to know how your theater experience was for Stranger Things.
All right, and Dana took Joe. Remember,
Dana took Joe.
I don't know the context of that one. Sorry, Brenda. Sorry, I get rolling. I need to try to keep up with the comments more. Sorry, everybody. I was getting lost in the conversations.
I felt it almost felt like this was 2 parts actually, because it almost felt like there were 2 separate endings to this.
Yeah, the big fight ending and then an epilogue,
right?
Kind of a thing. Okay, yeah,
and it's kind of cool because when Hopper is talking to Elle and he reveals to Elle that Henry, which that was pretty heart-wrenching there when Henry pulled his little trick on Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
So Hopper's there and he's trying to and Elle goes in, she goes into her mind, she pulls in the sister and she pulls in Max, and Max is supposed to show them through Henry's mind and everything to try and get to Henry and stuff. And Hopper's supposed to be warning Elle of when the worlds are going to collide, so on and so forth. And then, of course, all the team is on the top of the squawk inside the upside down, and they're watching the 2 worlds come together and everything. And Dustin's like, we got 30 seconds left. You need to hurry up and everything. And so Hopper's like warning Elle through, hitting on the tank that she's in, which I also had a comment about that too, but I'll get back to that. I'll have to circle back to that one. Anyway, gosh, now my mind lost track. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll go back to the tank.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry.
So Hopper's standing there at the tank, and all of a sudden he starts hearing Henry or Vecna, and Vecna's telling him, I know what her real plans are, and then he sees his daughter, which we found out earlier that his daughter as a very young child had died. And he's blamed himself for that for all these years. And he's afraid the same thing's going to happen to Elle during this. He's going to lose Elle like he lost his own natural daughter. Anyway, so Henry reveals to Hopper that Elle and Cal, the sister, that they're having this conversation, Callie, that they're having this conversation that once Vecna is destroyed, they're going to allow themselves to be destroyed along with the Upside Down and the other world, so that no other Vecnas can be created. So, and then all of a sudden, Vecna appears to Hopper in front of the tank, and Hopper starts shooting. Vecna was never there. He was never actually there. And he's shooting the tank, and he shoots Elle. That was pretty heart-wrenching right there.
I was like, we were like, no, oh no, what's going on? No.
I mean, it would be bad enough that Elle dies, but to have Hopper kill her, that would have been, no. We can't have this.
You're right.
So I'm glad it did turn out to be all an illusion, actually.
Yeah.
'Cause he didn't actually shoot her, but he thought he did. And
Yeah.
it made it to where he started banging on the glass to destroy the glass to pull her out of her own mind and everything, to get her
Yeah.
away from Henry. It was
Yeah.
his way of getting her away from him.
Yeah.
Which was pretty ingenious, I have to say.
Agreed.
I thought that was cool.
Yes.
The other thing I wanted to circle back to.
Yeah.
So when she first goes into that tank, she puts on that diver's helmet thing. And my first thought was, I was like, how does that thing work? Because how can it seal? I didn't understand that. I was like, well, that's kind of stupid. And shoot, I had notes here from Gemini, because Gemini explained it to me. Let me see if
I assume the type of thing it was just a water pressure thing, so that way it keeps water, like you've trapped water inside of it, or air inside of it.
Right, air inside of it. But it is actually a real diver's training thing, and it allows divers not to have to be in the entire full suit. So there is an actual real life version of that actually does work. So, but when I first saw it, I was just like, I didn't know that. I don't know anything about diving. I've never dived before, so I don't know anything about this. But yeah. I just thought it was kind of funny, but Gemini did correct me and tell me, oh no, actually it is a real thing. So, but yeah, I thought that was funny. So
yeah, Zig said that the helmet works from positive pressure. Got it.
Zig would know that.
That he would. Yes, very much so.
See, I should have just messaged him right after I saw it.
Yeah. Angie says, it's like that cup that you put upside down in water and the suction in the air puts a barrier around the helmet to block water from coming in.
Okay, fair enough. Y'all just proved me stupid, so.
We all know different things. All good.
Oh, here it is. It's called the neck dam. It's a real commercial diving tech that isolates the head so the body can float in the sensory tank. It looks retro sci-fi, but it's actually practical physics. So
nice.
That was that. All right. Okay. Are we ready to move on to the graduation?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I have a few things to say about the graduation.
Okay.
Number one, the graduation is an entire love letter to Eddie Munson. It's a complete and total love letter to him.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because when Dustin gets up to give his valedictorian speech, it sort of mimics season 4, episode 1, when Eddie is talking in the lunchroom and Eddie jumps up on the tables and starts giving this big long monologue about how all the kids in high school are conforming and all this stuff. And then he tells how he's just a few months away from graduation. And as long as he can pull off a D in one certain class, he will graduate. And when he does, he's going to go up to accept his diploma, and he's going to flip off the principal, snatch his diploma, and run. Dustin did exactly that. He did exactly what Eddie wanted to do. So Dustin was kind of fulfilling Eddie's legacy for him, is what he was doing. And what's even better, while this is all happening, the music that's playing is none other than Iron Maiden, The Trooper, which is probably one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs. And it's so fitting because if we go back to season 4 again, there is an episode where Robin and Eddie are trying to find music to bring Max out of the trance. She's in the trance.
Oh, yeah.
Floating and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they're going through Max's tapes to find something that would bring her out. and Robin's like Madonna, and I don't know. She throws out some pop stars names and stuff, and and then Eddie pulls out Iron Maiden Peace of Mind cassette tape. Peace of Mind has the Trooper on it.
Okay.
And then Robin says, "No, we need real music." And Eddie goes, "This is real music," which I Iron Maiden Peace of Mind is a masterful album. It's fantastic. If you have not listened to it, you should. It's incredible. But anyway, so we have that whole tie-in. And then the other tie-in, which I thought was pretty brilliant, if you look closely at Vecna, he kind of resembles Iron Maiden's mascot, Eddie the Head. They look very similar. And then, of course, Eddie Munson, who's the metalhead, is named after Eddie, Iron Maiden's mascot. So
there you go.
There's the whole big conspiracy.
That's pretty cool.
With all that. Now,
those are great connections. Nicely done.
Thank you. Now I have to give credit to. There's a YouTube channel. Every once in a while I catch it. I can't think of the guy's name, but he's a Ukraine guy he's a total metalhead. He's a big Maiden and Judas Priest fan. So he and I have that in common. We're both big Maiden and Judas Priest fans. And I watched his video and he started pointing these things out, and I was like, holy crap, he's right. So I wanted to bring him up on our show and stuff. So I can't take 100% credit for that, but
you did your research though. That's all right.
I went back and watched the scene with Eddie and him walking on top of the lunch tables and everything, and I was like, oh yes, this is a fantastic scene. I forgot all about this scene. And it was great because they were talking about doing his big campaign and everything for D&D, and they're like, well, Luke's not going to be able to make it because Luke was on the basketball team, and the basketball team had their championship game that night and everything. So I thought that was just fantastic. But I have a surprise for Steven.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find my picture here. Since it was revealed that our heroes are from the class of 89, I did something here. And Steven, you want to go ahead and share this?
Yep.
I kind of freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're class of 89. Well, Steven and I are both class of 89 also.
Yeah, why is that not coming up? Oh, okay. Hang on. Give me a second, everybody. Let me make it. There we go. And nice. Holy cow. Whoops. Wait, what's going on?
It disappeared. What happened?
It did disappear. Oh. There it is. Media share. Oh, it's media. Okay. Look at that, everybody.
Can you see it? Okay, there.
Oh, did you see it? All right, here. Let me delete that. There it is. There we are together. Oh, here. Let me change I'll make our things here. Let me switch us on the screen. So then that way.
So we're on the right sides.
We're on the correct sides.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess I did it backwards.
Oh,
anyway,
my goodness. Look at that.
So that is mine and Steven's senior pictures from our yearbook. Since we were a class of 89. So you can see what we look like in the 80s. So in the chat, do we look like we could have fit in with our crew? with the
I think so, crew? By golly. Here goes Zig goes, look at those children.
Yeah, we were young.
We were young. Holy cow.
I would have been 18 at that time.
Yeah.
Yep. Man.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be fun. Since they were class of 89. We are class of 89. It'd be fun to show our senior pictures. And I have to thank Roger for that one again, because I didn't get the yearbooks. I just wasn't into yearbooks. He got our yearbooks. So I was like, hey, I need to borrow your yearbook for 89 and
nice
copies of
nice.
It. So there
Zig
you have
says,
it.
nice haircuts. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep, me and my mullet.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
That is funny. Holy cow. I haven't seen that picture in a long time.
I figured you hadn't.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why I
that's
said
a great surprise.
I was like, hopefully Steven doesn't hop a plane, come out here and kill me for this.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. That's awesome.
And it took a lot for me to show that picture because I've been hiding that picture for years.
Oh my goodness.
That's us in our 80s goodness. Man.
Right, where we had to wear a tie or something like that, if I remember right.
Yeah. I think mine. No, you know what? Mine can't be my prom because my prom tux, I had a bow tie, so that's not my prom tux.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if you think about this, the kids graduated in 89. That makes them as old as us.
Yep.
They're in their 50s now.
Yep.
I was going to do an AI thing of what they would look like in their 50s, and I forgot to do it. So.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah. Take a picture of it. Brenda says, hey, I fell in love with that boy. That's awesome. Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Holy cow. Boy, I feel old. Real quick, Angie says, gotta run, but I love the moment with Steve, Nancy, Jonathan, Robin. Think we need a spinoff. I love the way Mike basically, in a sense, broke the fourth wall to tell us the happy endings of the group. Yes. And I like the way the baton was passed from Mike to his sister and her friends at the end when they started playing D&D. Yes. I love that as well. Yes.
Yeah, I do want to discuss how they ended this out, because I thought it was real cool. So we have the graduation and everything. Oh, and then Dustin also reveals, he pulls off his graduation gown, and he's wearing a new Hellfire shirt.
Club.
And if you notice, it says Hellfire Club lives.
Yeah.
So that's another little tribute to Eddie, basically saying Eddie lives. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That was great.
But then they get invited to a party, which of course Dustin's just like, yeah, should we go? And Mike says, no, I have a better idea. And then we get the scene with all the older ones. So, Nancy and them, and they're all having kind of a little party on top of the squawk, on top of the radio station, and talking about where they're going, in the future and everything, which was cool. I like that. Nice little tie up for the older ones.
Yeah.
And then we get our main heroes. Well, the main heroes decide we're going back home and we're going to finish our campaign. And so they finish out playing D&D. So the whole thing ends almost exactly the way it began. And I went back and watched the opening scenes for season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't exactly start right there, but slightly into season 1, you see the sprinklers in front of the house, and then they go into the basement, and then that's where Dustin, Will, Luke, and Will, because Max wasn't a part of it yet, they're all sitting there playing D&D. And now we have the same group plus Max who are finishing it out playing D&D. And I thought it was very fitting. I really liked it. I thought that was cool.
I thought the ending was great. Real quick, Christian's in the house. Hey, Christian, good to see you, man. He goes, wow, rocking the mohawk. For your picture before.
Yes, I was.
And then Zig goes, Montauk is the new series. They teased it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Montauk was a television sci-fi horror concept created by the Duffer brothers in the original iteration of their hit Netflix series Stranger Things.
Okay, Montauk.
Montauk is also the Montauk Experience. You probably saw it in It was a TV series. The Montauk was that organization that dealt with Godzilla. They investigated Godzilla and stuff like that. But that's where I've heard it before.
Okay.
And then, but anyway, so I'm not for sure. So I know there's something called the Montauk Project.
Godzilla thing is not Montauk; it's Monarch.
Oh, it is Monarch. You were correct.
Yeah, that's Monarch.
Montauk. There's the Montauk experiment, which was, and the only reason I know that's from the Y Files. Yes, I love the Y Files. Everybody, YouTube show, great on all kinds of stuff. And but I'm not for sure. I'm not sure what Montauk is all about openly.
Well, then of course during their campaign, they finished the campaign off, and the funny thing is, at first they lose. They all lose, which is great because Max is throwing things around, and she's like, "What? This game sucks. I hate this."
Right.
And everything. And Will, being a very masterful storyteller, comes back and says, "But wait, this happens," and a blue mist comes up, and the whatever he made Elle's character. I'm sure Zig will tell us.
Yeah,
he'll tell us in a moment, I'm sure. But she comes back and basically finishes it off for them and wins the campaign for them and everything.
Yeah.
And then Will starts telling each one of their stories, which is cool. And because he kind of says that the two characters that Luke and or not Luke, yeah. Is it Luke? See, I get my characters all mixed. Max and
I can't think
Lucas,
of anything.
Max and Lucas. Basically, they fall in love, and then you see them in the theater together and stuff. And then Dustin, his character, goes off to study and everything, and you see him at college, but he makes time for the casual adventures, and then you see him coming out of the front of the college and meeting up with Steve, and Steve's got his truck with a camper behind it, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Will has his closing where he felt accepted in a new town, so on and so forth, and he had that and everything, and they all look at him and says, "Well, what about the storyteller?" And he says, "Well, he continues to tell stories about all of his friends and everything."
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. And then they were
was good.
And then they were like, "Well, what about basically Elle?" And he's like, "Well," he says, "she has a story, but we don't know if it's the real ending or not." And basically tells the same story that he told to Hopper when he was refusing to go to graduation, and then Hopper comes and finds him and tells him, "Hey, you got to move on, and so on and so forth." And basically tells the same story that he told Hopper. But he changed it slightly and gave Elle a really nice ending.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Thought it was great. Yes.
And I liked how each of them were like, well, he said, "Well, we don't know that that's the real ending, but I believe." And each one said, "I believe." And that's the way they ended. And I thought it was incredible. Great ending.
It was a great ending. Yeah. So let me ask you, do you think that's what I think? I'm just going to say it. I think that's it. Because here's why I think it. I like it. One is if we, I saw someone else do a YouTube short on this, so I can't take credit for it. I can't remember who it was, but they talked about how it easily been a mirage because from Kali, because if you remember, Elle was holding the bullet wound on Kali, and so there should have been blood all over her hands.
Oh yeah, good point. Mhm.
And in the when you see her, excuse me, when you see Elle in the doorway of the upside down, and she's got her hands, and you can see the palms and stuff with her hands and everything. There's no blood on them at
Oh,
all.
real quick, Zig said mage or sorcerer. Sorcerer. I knew Zig would know. And
Yeah.
Zig said, I choose to believe.
I choose to believe too, Zig. Yes.
Agreed.
So
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But the blood on the hands, so on.
yeah, no, that's pretty much the gist of it, kind of a thing. So yeah, so that's where I choose to believe that as well, that's the ending.
I agree. I think that is the ending, which gives Elle a really nice ending. I mean, I guess it that's why I say they kind of left it hers sort of open ended,
Mm-hmm.
to where if they really wanted to explore her coming back, they could.
Yeah.
But they don't have to. You know, it's a great way to. I think it's a great way to end the series. I think they did a really, really good job on the ending of this.
Yeah.
I thought it was satisfying. If she did die, I think she gets a hero's death, which is great. I always like a hero's death. And if she didn't die, she gets a happy ending. So,
yeah. Yes. Yep. Zig said the wound wasn't real. As soon as Murray blew the chopper, their powers came back.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So it could be. It's hard to say. So it was interesting. I thought it was a really nice question of, did she or didn't she? Or, it left room for the viewers to decide their ending for themselves. And I like that.
Agreed. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you choose not to believe that, then you can.
Yeah. Yep. So
excellent.
All right. Well, loved it. It was worth seeing. It was worth being a part of that journey, especially the 5th season. I think is my favorite season, just because it moved quick. There was a lot answering questions, and then now coming back to the final episode, I thought it was really well done and all. I thought the epilogue was a little long, but that's okay.
I don't know if I'd say it was my favorite season or not, because I think my favorite character is Eddie Munson.
Sure.
And being the fact that Eddie was killed at the end of season 4, I have a hard time saying it was my favorite, but man, I really liked this season. I thought it was well done. I don't agree with some of the haters out there, because there are some people that are really hating on this season, and I just don't get it. I thought the writing was good in it. I thought they did a great job.
Right.
So I don't understand the hate behind it, but
because it probably wasn't in their own head canon that they had created.
I guess I really didn't have any head canon for this show. I was there for the ride.
I just right. Exactly.
And I enjoyed the ride. So it was what it was.
It was what it was. It was good. That's right.
Hellfire Club lives.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. So, all right. Well, anything else? Anything else that you wanted to get to that we didn't talk about?
No, I think I hit everything I wanted to.
Nice. Good.
I have been I've been really making up notes for the last 24 hours on this.
Okay.
Going, I want to make sure I get this in. I want to make sure I get this in.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get it this in.
Yep.
And I think I hit everything. The two most important things to me were the connections with Eddie and Iron Maiden, and then of course showing our pictures from 1989, because like I said, I freaked out when I also I didn't remember, and during the graduation I noticed there was also a paw print for their mascot, and immediately I was like, oh crap, is their mascot a panther? Because O'Fallon High's mascot is Panther with VHS. But it wasn't a panther, it's the Tigers. So they had the Hawkins Tigers is what theirs was.
Gotcha.
And also
Still a cat.
What?
Still a cat.
Well, yeah, it is still a cat, and it was a paw print, so I thought that was cool. Which, is a nice little callback to our class of '89. And also the colors of the school and the colors of their graduation gown and everything was orange and green. And the reason it was orange and green is because the actual high school that they were filming at, that was the colors. So they didn't want to change anything. They just said, let's just run with,
okay.
colors.
Yeah.
So,
right on.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's all the facts I got.
Okay. That works for me. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, you made it this far. Thank you. It's been a good show, and it was really good to talk through this season and really just the final episodes. It was great. Loved it. So with that, everybody, if you would please check out our website at www.2geeksmic.com. That's the number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. That's our main hub. You can get to everything else from there. But if you want to go to our merch page, we have a merch page, which is www.2geeksmicmerch.com, the number 2 GEEKSMICMERCH.com. Or if you want to help support us, instead of Patreon, we do Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/2geeks. And we have a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier. And what's really cool is we actually, for those who like the podcast or the audio version, if you're not normally watching the video version, we right after this, we go ahead and produce the audio version, and we put that out on an RSS feed that's specifically for our subscribers so they can get it on Saturday, with the regular episode coming out on Monday. So if you like to do that, and all that money just goes out to pay for all the stuff that you've got to do for shows and stuff. If you want to reach out to us and say hello, you can go to show@2geeksmike.com, and Mike's really good at keeping track of those as well. Anything else, Mr. Mike?
Just that if you made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on the socials. We are active on Facebook and on Instagram. Facebook, I try to make posts, funny posts sometimes. Sometimes they might be memes that I stole from other people. All's fair in love and podcasting. I also try and share any kind of relevant facts for each month of, geeky anniversaries, such as, comic book releases and, or significant comic book releases, or even characters' birthdays, or even creators' birthdays, so on and so forth there. So you can get all that stuff there. In fact, I think I got one today that'll be popping up on there. So just go make sure and subscribe and watch for that kind of stuff. Also, you will get information of when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble, which I think all 4 links work today. So,
yay!
Right. With that said, any last words, funny anecdotes, etc.?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
That was a good show. Thank you.
All right. With that said, don't forget, Hellfire Club lives. Please do not skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the 2 Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,